What's up, guys? Kawasaki here, and today I'm going to be bringing you my thoughts and predictions on Stardom's final pay-per-view of the year, Stardom Dream Queendom. It will be live on pay-per-view tomorrow night, December 29th. I believe it'll be at 11 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, and in Japan it will be on the 30th, I believe in the afternoon. So just bear that in mind. If you want to watch it, there is a link to purchasing the pay-per-view. I'll put it in the description down below. And I'm just going to give you guys my thoughts and predictions. So, in all fairness, I haven't really kept up with Stardom in quite the minute. It's primarily because I've been going to a lot of TJPW shows. And I kind of shifted my focus to those. But I've kind of know what the major stories are, such as Aphrodite returning, Suzu versus Maika, Sariano and Mirai, and Starlight Kid, Mayu, Saki Kashima, Utami, and Saya are back. I know there are a few people that are still missing: Koguma, Natsupoi, Tom Nakano, and then some. But we're going to be starting off with the opener. It is a 6-woman tag between, I believe that's Yuzuki, Miyu Amasaki, and special guest Azusa Inaba, sister of Tomoko Inaba. They're going to be taking on Yagami. I think her name is Rana. I'm totally going to get shot for this. But yeah, Rana Yagami, Aya Sakura, and Hanako. And last I remember, I did watch a New Blood match with Rana, and I believe it was Siri. That match was actually pretty solid. I mean, in all fairness, it was her first official match. She just debuted. And I know Yuzuki is still fairly new. Like, new. Hanako and Aya Sakura have been around for quite a bit, at least as of this year. Azusa Inaba, I believe, was here for a while, but she does freelancing with her sister, Tomoka, and I know she does compete in Just Tap Out, if I'm not mistaken. But if you're gonna go base off of how normally they book these type of matches with the multi-person tag, I'm going to give my pick to Team Kevin. Because Kevin. Okay. Next match. We have a fatal four-way tag match. Your teams are Lady C and Hina, Queen's Quest, Tekla and Mai Sakurai of Honor del Mondo, Saki Kashima and Ami Sarai of God's Eye, and Yuna Mizumori and Saki from Cosmic Angels / Colors. I believe this is the first time they've tagged, and the first time Colors have tagged in a while, or ever in this case. I know Mai Sakurai has been pretty hot with her gimmick right now, My Fair Lady Mai Sakurai. But we do have Saki Kashima coming back, and Ami Sarai. Last I remember, she had her match against Julia for the IWGP Women's. So I would personally say I want to see some Saki Hausen bullshit. So I'm going to go Team God's Eye for this. And looks like we have another 8-woman tag match. This time it's Stars versus Oedo Tai. Saida, Hanan, Hazuki, and Mayu will be taking on Ruwaka, Fukigen Death, Marina, and Starlight Kid. They were supposed to run the Starlight Kid and Mayu match, but unfortunately, again, it's very unfortunate because shit happens. Starlight Kid was injured and she couldn't compete in the final match. I still want that Starlight Kid Mayu match to happen. Let it happen on a pay-per-view or something. Like, please. And I know Hazuki just came off of a loss against Suzu for pretty much her shot at the World of Stardom Championship, as Suzu was very confident in getting her chance at the belt, so she said, screw it, I'm gonna see if I'm gonna put my No more contendership on the line, and if Hazuki could beat me, then she could have it. But again, Suzu was successful. I know Mayu's coming back, and I know she has her IWGP Women's Championship match against Siri at the Dome for Wrestle Kingdom. And I just realized I said Ami Sarai and IWGP Women's. I meant New Japan Strong against Julia. So I corrected my mistake. So I'm going to say going into the momentum for Wrestle Kingdom, I'm going to say Team Stars wins. Also, Mayu is coming back. So, like, it's kind of a given at that point. God, I just want Starlight Kid to win, like, a big milestone match. Please. Alright. 6-woman tag. We have Mei Sarah, Mina, and Siri taking on the Neo Stardom Army and Azumi. Passion. Okay. If you break it down like this, Nanae Takahashi doesn't really lose in Stardom. Yu doesn't lose that often either. Or if she does, she doesn't take the pin. Same with Nanae. I know people are very hot on Azumi. Because again, Azumi is just that much of a badass. On the other side, you have the high-speed champion, Ami Sarai. You have Mina, who's just popular just in general. And you have Siri, who's going to be taking on Mayu next week at Wrestle Kingdom. And as tragic as it may be, either Mina or Mei is going to take the pin. I feel like it's going to lean more on Mina. Poor Mina. She just lost Mariah May this year. Oh yeah, Waka's injured too. I just realized that. Damn, everybody's in. This year has been plagued with injuries for Stardom, and it is very tragic. But not to get off topic, I'm going to say Team Neo Stardom Army and Azumi. Now you have your Goddess of Stardom Tag Championships on the line as recently crowned champions. Utami and Saya, also known as Aphrodite, will be challenged by Natsuko Tora and Momo Watanabe. Saya just came back from an injury that took her out from day one of the 5-star Grand Prix. Utami is also like barely coming back. Like both of them barely coming back after injury, like recovering from injury. And they just won the Goddess of Stardom tag belts. I believe they beat Megan Bayne and Micah for it, the tournament, if I remember correctly. And then again, you're gonna bring back the beef between Oedo Tai and Queen's Quest like they did earlier this year with the cage match at Sunshine. I will be doing a formal video on my year in review, shows that I've watched, shows I've been to in person, events, so on and so forth. But push that to the side. It's too early for them to drop the belts. And they're probably going to have Momo take the pin. Or even Tora. Because Saya's white hot, Utami's white hot. Again, they just have the aura. So again, Aphrodite, too soon to drop the belts. Next up, your New Japan Strong Championship. Julia Megan Bayne. As from what I've seen online, and I can be wrong, if I am wrong, please correct me. I am sorry. I'm only human. I don't think Julia's ever beaten Megan Bayne in a one-on-one. Or if they ever had like a tag match together. At least Julia pinning Megan Bayne. I think Megan Bayne has pinned Julia at one point, and since this is sparking up the title match. And if you really look at it, at a big picture, a lot of people are speculating Julia may go to WWE. I don't know. She could. And I think her contract would technically be up like in March. Or she would have like her match at her show in March. It's like, look what happened with I think Bea Priestley had her final match against Utami in March or something like that before her contract was up. But if Julia does decide to go to WWE, this would be a good time to drop the belt. Mainly due to the fact that Megan Bayne is like the foreigner. She can go overseas, but again, Julia goes overseas. Julia's defended the belt against a bunch of people, and those matches were pretty good. I don't mind Julia holding the belt for just a little bit longer. But if Megan Bayne does beat Julia, then I completely understand. Because it looks like they've been booking Megan Bayne very strong as of recent. Or I think since she's come to Stardom. The match against Tom, like again, Megan Bayne had a slow start. But the more she was here, the more people, the more fans like enjoyed her stuff. So for me, this one's 50-50. But as I said from before, I wouldn't be surprised if Julia did retain, but Megan Bayne would be a cool champion. Now, co-main event. We're running this back. There has to be a winner, as I stated before. Mirai and Saria No for the Wonder of Stardom Championship. Last they went up against each other for the belt. It ended in a time limit draw. Very back and forth. Saria No almost won the belt. Like, just so close. Like, I know people are riding on the Mirai hype train. It's slowly growing on me, but I like Saria No too much. Like, Saria No, she just has something about her. It's like her aura. Big match, main event. Or at least along those lines. But you also want to factor in Mirai is a mainstay. And Saria No she freelances around. But you can rebuttal that with Prominence winning the belts. Because Prominence were an outsider group. They won the artist belts. So, in fairness, like, I want Saria No to win, but that's just my bias. So, I can't say too much. I would want Saria No to win, but I can see Mirai winning due to the fact that Saria No is... I technically don't even know if she's signed full-time to Stardom. Because she still works indie shows. Or at least, like, overseas with, like, Sukeban and all that, so... My mind and my heart is telling me Saria No. But my gut is telling me Mirai is going to retain. And now, your main events. World of Stardom Championship. This has been vacated since Tom had to drop the belt due to injury, and she won't be back anytime soon. Suzu was the original winner of the 5-star Grand Prix. She was supposed to have her title match against Tom, but that never happened. So, in an effort to have a number one contender for Suzu to face, I believe they did a Battle Royal, like, elimination match. I could be wrong. But Micah did win that, so they're pretty much running back the finals of the 5-star Grand Prix. So if you want to look at it in two different views. Suzu came in like a firecracker. Just winning matches, doing what she does, stirring the pot, she cooking. And she's been one of the fastest rising stars that Stardom's had in recent times. And her winning the belt at where she is right now, the ceiling, like, the sky is the limit, and the ceiling is very high for Suzu. Now, if you want to flip it, you have Micah. Micah's been in the company for longer. She has a lot more to gain with winning this belt. She has a lot of people supporting her and having her back. Suzu came in as just your, like, freelancer joining full time. At first, she wasn't even a part of the roster. She's had her matches since last year with Julia. I think her matches with Julia, her matches in the 5-star, winning the artist belts, and now this. Like, this would be one of Suzu's biggest accomplishments. But if you look at Micah, and from what I've seen from, like, articles and all that, Himika's rooting for her. former colleague Takumi Chinoku of his company Just Tap Out is rooting for her. Most likely Donald Amado's gonna be rooting for her. So a lot of people are also riding the Micah hype train. And this is very tough because I do enjoy the both of them. I like Suzu because, one, I watch her from like all of her death matches and all that, like before, especially like with Jokusai and Risa. That's how I got into like Joshi death matches, from Suzu and Risa. But you also have Micah, where she's put in the time. She's put in all that hard work. She has come so close to winning the big one, but has always fell inches away. With Micah winning the belt, it will be such a heartfelt moment. Not just for Micah, but everybody that's been supporting her. So it's so tough. I would want Micah to win. As much as I like Suzu, like, don't get me wrong, Suzu's very decorated. Her potential is so much higher. But Micah truly deserves this. But those are my picks and my thoughts on Stardom Grand Queendom. Again, as I said earlier, it will be tomorrow night. It will be a very late one. So most likely, if I do watch it, I will have to watch it on Saturday, because I work tomorrow and I work Saturday, so I cannot stay up, which is tragic. Unless I do like an all-nighter, but I do not want to do that because I drive. So most likely, I'll watch it Saturday, and let me know what your thoughts on everything is and whatnot. And hopefully, if I do stream tomorrow or Saturday, I will catch y'all on the stream. If otherwise, I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace.